going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's Fosachi, that's F-O Sachi, and my goal here is to make the quickest but most helpful arms warrior guide for World of Warcraft Legion 7.2. So let's get started immediately. I'm going to give you my build, and I'm going to give a quick rotation tutorial. Make sure my arms warriors out there are doing the proper DPS. So let's start with the talents that I have. I'm going to just go over the talents that I have. I'm not going over all of them, just the ones I'm using. I got Dauntless. Reason I use Dauntless is because you get to use your abilities a lot more often and makes them cost 10% less rage. Without Dauntless, you'll notice a huge difference. You won't be able to cast as much abilities. You need Dauntless, use Dauntless. This next column here, you have Shockwave, Stormbolt, and Double Time. I use Shockwave on comps with pets. BM Hunters on Holy Death Knights, use Shockwave. Stormbolt, most comps, you're going to use Stormbolt. Double Time, only time I use Double Time is with a mage. I'll have my healer go a stun spec or whatever, and I'll go Double Time against mages. Very rare occasions, I'll use Double Time against Mistweavers and Demon Hunters. The next column here, we got Rend. Rend is mandatory. Mandatory, does a shit ton of damage. The only time I use Trauma is in rated battlegrounds with Fervor of Battle, but other than that, Rend is perfect for all occasions. It does a shit ton of damage. The next column here, Defensive Stance. You need this to preserve mana, keep you up, and it helps your healer. And trust me, even with Defensive Stance, you still do a shit ton of damage. Next column here, Titanic Might. Now, I use this because it goes with In for the Kill. It turns your Colossus Smash into your most main priority ability. It makes it so it lasts longer, and it reduces the cooldown by 8 seconds. Now, why do you want the cooldown reduced by 8 seconds? Because In for the Kill gives it a 10% haste increase for 8 seconds. Now, let me just go over enhancements real quick for Arms Warrior. You really want to stack your Mastery and your Haste. Those are your main two enhancements. Mastery and Haste. I'm going to say this one more time. The main enhancements for an Arms Warrior, is Mastery and Haste. So, when you're hitting with Colossal Smash, your haste is proc and you get 10% haste. So it's basically you get that haste the whole time you're doing damage. Now, Opportunity Strikes. I use Opportunity Strikes because it does the most damage. It does extra damage. Ravager I'd use for PvE. Anger Management I've never used. Opportunity Strikes is the way to go. Next tree here for Honor Talents. You have, depending on the comp here, if you're going up against an annoying CC comp like mages with tons of polys, or a druid with a bunch of cyclones, go Relentless. If not, go Gladiator's Medallion. Never go Adaption. That is so useless. Never go Adaption. Next column here, Sparring. Go Sparring if you're going up against complete melee comps. If you're going up against a complete melee comp, make sure you have Sparring. If not, any other comp, use Reinforced Armor. Next column here, Disarm. You're going to need Disarm for melee comps, obviously, but you can also use Disarm for, like, special things, like a Holy Paladin's Avenger Wings. When he's trying to heal up with his wings, you disarm him. It completely makes it so he can't heal when he pops that. Other than that, if you're going up against a Spell Cleave comp, let's say you're going up against a mage and a lock, you would want to use Death Sentence for a mage, and you would want to use, like, Death Row for a lock. Read up on them, you'll see what it is. You know, the Death Sentence makes it so you have like an extra charge when something's dying. Death Row just makes it so you can execute at a higher health percentage. The next one, Spell Reflection. You need Spell Reflection for most comps to make sure you Spell Reflect the Cyclones, the Hodges, the whatever they're trying to hit you with, the Polys, anything. You Spell Reflect them shits. You never get hit. You're a warrior, you're not supposed to get hit with them. You Spell Reflect them. If not, if there's like some freak chance that there is a comp that you don't need to Spell Reflect anything, go Master of Commander, I guess, for defense. Other than that, Spell Reflection. You need it. Now, this next column here, Duel. I use Duel. Why do I use Duel? Because I feel like it gives me more control of the battle. If my healer's dying, I usually just pop Duel on whoever's killing my healer, and it completely makes it so they stop doing damage. If a Demon Hunter pops his Metamorphosis, I pop Duel on them. All that damage that they're supposed to do is reduced by 50%. It helps so much. And then normally after like a Duel, I'll follow up with a Disarm or a Stormbolt or something like that. It completely takes them out of the battle. Now, this last spell here, Sharpened Blade, it is so clutch and so So mandatory. You need this one. Now, why it gives a 50% healing reduction. Now, this is good when you're popping cooldowns with your partner in threes or something, or if somebody's low, or me personally, when I use Sharpen Blade, this is a little tip for all you other arms warriors out there, is after a healer gets out of a stun. Now, for instance, I'm facing a holy paladin and a warrior, and I'm beating on the warrior. I stun the paladin, and since the paladin's stun, I pop my cooldowns on the warrior, and I'm beating him up bad. Now, as soon as that paladin gets out of that stun, he's going to want to hit that warrior with his biggest heals. But as soon as the paladin gets out of that stun, I hit that warrior with the Sharpened Blade. So the biggest heals that the paladin's trying to hit the warrior with is reduced by 50%. It makes it so it completely takes the heals away. It puts so much pressure on them. Use your Sharpened Blade wisely. It is very useful. Anyways, that's the build that I use. I just want to go over a rotation tutorial real quick. Make sure you're pumping the proper DPS. Now, quick tip, I have my hamstring built into my charge as a macro, so every time I charge, I hamstring. It's literally cast, charge, cast, hamstring. Say boom, cast, it automatically just puts hamstring as soon as I charge. Now, like I said, Colossus Smash is your main ability. You use that at all times. You want to keep that on cooldown. Now, the main 3 abilities that you use in a row, I go Colossal Smash, Mortal Strike, and then Rend. Now, why do I do it in this order? Boom, Colossal Smash. It gives this ability, gives this buff right here. Shattered defenses, damage of your next Mortal Strike is increased by 50%. Boom, Mortal Strike. And then after that, you hit him with the Rend. Why do you want to hit him with the Rend after a Colossal Smash? Because your Colossal Smash makes your attacks deal 53% additional damage. Now, that scales with your mastery. If you have higher mastery than me, it'll do even more damage than that. So Colossal Smash, Mortal Strike, Rend. If you can't do Colossal Smash, throw in that slam. It's just the filler, you know what I mean? The slam is just the filler. Colossal Smash, Mortal Strike, Rend. Oh, proc. Colossal Smash, Mortal Strike, Rend. Colossal Smash, Mortal Strike, Rend. Colossal Smash, Mortal Strike, Colossal Smash, Mortal Strike, Rend. Slam. Now, right here, boom, would be the time to use Warbreaker. If you don't have your Colossal Smash proc, you can use your Warbreaker, so then you can use your Slam as another filler. It's just another filler, you know what I mean? Colossal Smash, Mortal Strike, Rend, Slam, Slam, Mortal Strike, Rend, Colossal Smash, Mortal Strike, Rend. If you're watching the bottom left corner, you can see my rotation perfectly. So that is how you keep up the proper DPS for an arms warrior. I use my Blade Storm for like a snare, to get out of snares or different situations. If you watch my videos, give you more of an example. And I use my Whirlwinds for situations where there's a lot of mobs around me, like a lot of pets, like unholy death knights or hunters. But other than that, yeah, I hope this video is helpful to you arms warriors out there. If this is, make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. And good luck and take care, everybody.